Hello, welcome to this reading vlog. I don't know what footage I have, like always, so yes, my hair is crazy. The bangs have been up, so it's interesting looking. It's fine. So I have this stack of books that I need to read this month, minus this one. This one's just here. So I have this beautiful, massive stack of unrealistic goals. Nice. These ones are not for the readathon, these ones up here, but oh my god, I just got this in the mail and I want to read it so bad. Also, this one is written by one of like the first bookstagrammers that I ever started following. So, and actually was on BookTube too, and like one of the first people. And then we have, this is just a nice romance, I think, to de-stress. And sorry, I was just running around and playing, so I'm out of breath. There's a dog at the park and Nora keeps looking out the window because she's so bored. She just wants to play with the dog so bad. The dog lives across the road and she saw it cross the road and it kind of looked like it was gonna come play with her, and she ran to the door to go see it, and she was like whining. She's never played with this dog. I think she's honestly just so bored with this whole social isolation and no more puppy play dates. And you bored. So she's a bored girl. She's a bored girl. Yeah, and she's like wanting to go play with that dog, and obviously we're not allowed. We're not allowed. We're not allowed. And I tried just playing fetch with her and she wasn't having it. And Alex took the kids to the park to go run around a field and some wooded areas. Nora, no. And Nora is also sad that they left without her, so she's just a wreck. She doesn't want to play fetch with me, but you want me to get off my butt and play with you. But I try playing with you and you just don't want to play. You gonna pet the dog? There's Nate. Hi. You're pretty cute though.
Jasper's hand rose to lightly touch the iron padlock sealing the door shut. It had been joined by a series of additional locks that shone brightly even in the poor lighting. They must have been new. Dorian.
Hello and welcome to my OWLS weekly reading vlog. This is week 1 of the OWLS and I have finished a book, but I didn't read it for OWLS. But I read The Midnight Lie by Marie Redkowski. I finished this first this month. And I'm currently reading Raven and the Dove by Caitlin Davies, Davis, and I'm a little over halfway. I wanted to finish this today, but I ended up having a panic attack last night, like the worst one I've ever had. So I didn't continue reading after it. I just kind of watched TV and cuddled the dog, and did yoga. So hopefully tonight I can read this. So, just some life updates, I guess, if anyone wants to know before we get into the reading update. Let's just make it brighter. Here we go. I don't really know. I don't think I vlogged yesterday. I don't know. Yesterday was Monday. I really hope otherwise. Today's Wednesday and I missed her for today. So yesterday was Monday, and with everything happening in the world, my anxiety was worse during my pregnancy with Nate, and afterwards I was quite anxious having 3 kids, and now with the whole pandemic thing, I've started getting panic attacks. And last night was like my worst one. And yeah, and it's still like, I feel like I'm still not quite okay. Like, yeah, my neck muscles and my shoulders are just really sore and tense, and my back is just tense. And I think I was reading weird and I like hurt my neck. or it's just also stress, a combination of both. And then Gwen jumped on my back yesterday and it really, really hurt, and then it kind of made it hard to breathe. So it's kind of hard to breathe because my neck hurts, my shoulders hurt, and my back hurts. And then because of that, I just had a panic attack, and yeah. And then I felt off all night, and then I woke up still feeling pretty like touch and go. And so yes, so yeah. But today has been okay. Tonight I've been fine. I did yoga today. Hopefully, I can't even go to the chiropractor right now, so hopefully it goes away. And what else? Alex. So Alex worked for an electrical company that services a few towns, and he left it to work up north in a like major project, but the major project got shut down because of the pandemic. And then we're kind of worried that like Canada and a lot of places will go into a recession. Anyways, yeah, so we're not sure if that'll even start up. But luckily, we found out today he was able to get his old job back with the other electrical company. So he will be going back to work, which is kind of nice because it was really hard to get a hold of EI because a ton of people are getting laid off. And we were literally on hold all day from 10 until 6. So yeah. We didn't get through. The call volume is just ridiculous. So yep, so he's gonna go back to work, which makes me nervous, of course, that he'll get sick somewhere, but luckily the job's that you don't really have to socialize with a ton of people. So I have this much left. My goal is to read around this much tonight and then finish it tomorrow. That's my goal. I don't think this falls into any of the categories in the magical readathon, but I'm hoping it does. Well, actually, they both have magic, so maybe the one where it's talking about witches, they're not witches though, or wizards, but they have magic. So that might count for that one. There's another one it might count for, oh, reading it all when it's dark out. So yeah. Anyways, I'm hopefully gonna count this towards my readathon. Yeah, so I'm gonna read this, and during the day I just started listening to Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. And oh, I actually finished 2 books so far. So this so the OWLS readathon is going to be split into 2 videos, reading vlogs. This is going to be the first week and the second week, and then the next one will be the 3rd and the 4th. So already this month I finished The Midnight Lie by Marie Rudkowski, and that one I didn't count towards the readathon, and I liked it. I had no idea what to expect, and it's completely different than what I expected. Very, very different. It says it's set in the same world, and that might matter, like, I think there's gonna be a next book. That might matter more if there's like future books, but in this one, there were characters mentioned that were in the other book, and there was one character that made it into this book, but like you don't have to read her other series to read this one, sort of thing. So far at least. I liked it though. It was okay. It was good. Processing, and I'm tired. And then I finished the second book in The Girl at Midnight, as it was called, The Shadow Hour, or is that the name of the third one? I don't know. My phone. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, I finished that audiobook yesterday. That was good. Yeah, I think I finished it yesterday. So I started the 3rd book on audio as well. But In Front of the Kids, the Rachel Hollis one, is better so far. I mean, there's no fighting scenes or anything violent or graphic. So I've been listening to that when they're there. Yeah. Anyway, so those are the books I'm listening to. Now let's just sit here and read. super flattering angle, but I am still reading this book, and there's one thing that is kind of funny I just noticed. So in this book, as you can see, they have wings, and it kind of reminds me of Reese and his whole group from A Court of Thorns and Roses. These are like bird-inspired people, and their whole kingdom is all bird themed. He's a raven and she's a dove. But during like the marriage ceremonies and everything, they would call their like partner mate, and that was a common thing in A Court of Thorns and Roses. That series, is they would always call each other mate, and it's in this book too. And I know a lot of people didn't like that, so if you don't like that, just know they refer to each other as mate. Yeah, not as much to each other, just like to other people, or if they're thinking or talking to a friend, they might say mate. But yeah, but this definitely doesn't have like love scenes. Yeah, it doesn't actually. I'm in page 316. I expected more romance, but so far not much. There's a lot of like build up for a bunch of crazy stuff that's probably gonna mainly happen in the next book. Yeah, back to reading. Once again, super unflattering angle because I'm just like hanging out on the couch, but I just checked my NetGalley, and I have a book by a YouTuber here, Katie Wiesmer probably, and it's the Anti-Virginity Pact book. What? I'm excited. So that's exciting. I have actually a lot of books on my actually I think getting it is just like an automatic thing, so that's still exciting. So I still need to read The Fiery Crown and The Silvered Serpents. Got those ones. And Foul is Fair I tried to read, but I didn't really like it. I'm gonna try and read it again though. And then I have a ton here that I need to, wow, I haven't updated that. Okay, apparently I posted my review for Crown of Coral and Pearl and the Avant-Gardes Volume 1, but I never actually said that I posted it here. And then this was also a NetGalley book that I have on my phone, but I ended up buying the physical copy. So I need to make sure to go through here and update all those books. Get my percentage back up on NetGalley. Okay, anyways, it is now 10:21. I read for a bit, and then I got pudding, and then I just watched some random YouTube videos, and then some really cute ones of mummy dogs with their babies, because those are always so cute. And then I called my mom, and yeah, so my mom thinks I'll read 5 books this month, and my dad thinks I will read 2. I've already read 2, so he doesn't think I'll read any more since Alex is going back to work. I don't remember what page I was on when I said what page I was on, but I'm on 337. And I want to get to page 400, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I just got really tired when I was reading, so I'm probably gonna go to bed. Tomorrow is Alex's first day back to work in a bit, and I am tired. Nora, no.
What do you put in it?
There's berries.
Very yum.
Nate's hanging out here. You can't see him. It looks really messy, but it's honestly not that bad. Right now the kids are playing in the playroom. They had breakfast, they had oatmeal. So it's good. It was a really chill morning. It's Alex's first day back at work in, I don't know, 3 weeks-ish. So he's at work. Gwen, Nate, and I woke up at like 7:30, and Rye just woke up and had breakfast. So now they're playing, they're happy. Nate tried oatmeal and he hated it, and I have like oatmeal all over me. Anyways, sorry, the lighting, it's really bright. The sun comes in here first thing in the morning, so it's so bright. Hi, how are you? Oh, thank you. Do you want to open it? You found the cars! There, yeah, you can play with it. Do you have to go pee-pee? Alright, so I'll tell you where I am at the beginning of the day for books, and then I'll check in periodically throughout the day or just at the end. So this morning when I made breakfast, oh, thank you. When I started making breakfast, I listened to an audiobook. Hi, Nora. And the audiobook I listened to is Girl Wash Your Face. Oh god, Nora, that was a little too much. And by Rachel Hollis, and I am here. So I have I've listened to 1 hour and 13 minutes this morning. I have it at 1.25 times, and I might make it faster. Nora, that's no more kisses for Gwen. No more kisses. Nope. Oh my gosh, you are in a mood, Nora. You are in a mood. Hello, I'm just hanging out in my bedroom for a minute. The kids just had our cookies for lunch. It was delicious. It's really good. I only taste them when they're not so yummy. I mean, when they're not so warm, because I feel like warm cookies are always yummiest as soon as they get out of the oven. So when they're cooler, I might not like them as much. We'll see. So far, they're pretty good. A different recipe than I normally use. Lately, I've been making a lot of banana oatmeal chocolate chip muffins. So I made oatmeal chocolate chip cookies today. We'll see. Yeah, we definitely had cookies for lunch though. And I was gonna make, we have leftover rice and vegetables, so I was gonna heat that up and then scramble egg and like put it on top. Still might do that. Yeah, I'm just in here because they're watching cartoons. We're having a really chill morning. A very chill morning. Because, I mean, every day's the same. We gotta just stay home. And today is the first day with Alex going back to work at his old job. So, yay, they took him back. But since my panic attack, not last night, but the night before, I'm just trying to be calmer, be chill, just relax and enjoy all the slow moments where it's just hanging out at home. So, it's fine. I was gonna film a book video today, but as you can see, my eye is a little rough. It was this one and now it's this one, so that's sad. We were gonna play outside, but the kids are gonna play Lego Hobbit first, and I'm going to clean the bedrooms because the house is a mess, and I just want to listen to an audiobook for my second book of the OWLS readathon. So I'm gonna listen to Girl Wash Your Face. I should finish it this morning while I'm cleaning. So that's my goal for today. I also want to make bread, but first we're gonna clean, get the house all nice. Hopefully this little boy here doesn't cry the whole time. So I think we might start in the living room, get him to nap, move over here, clean the kitchen so I can make bread, and then run. Oh shoot, I tried to slide and almost fell. And then this playroom. Good morning. Good morning. This is a mess, so let's tidy it. So I need to sweep again, but let's talk about books before I get pulled away from this. I have finished 2 books for this readathon, The Raven and the Dove and Girl Wash Your Face. I'm currently reading Monstrous for Herbology, I think. Starts with an M, so this is the one I'm reading for that, and I'm more than halfway through. Just more than halfway through, like hardly, but yep, there. So my goal was to read a lot more of this chunk last night, but I watched Jesus Christ Superstar because they have musicals or performances on YouTube and they switch them every week. So my aunt sent it to the family, so I watched it. And then that took up an hour and 40 minutes last night of potential reading time. Then I watched the performance instead. So it was okay. I don't know. The auto-tune though really ruined it. Like took away from the performance. Like they really didn't need auto-tune. It was so bad on Tim. Is that the guy? The one who played Judas. Anyways, his voice would have been good, but the auto-tune on his parts were bad. And for some reason I'm out of breath. It's because I have a cold. Anyways. Yeah, so if this can get read tonight, I'll be a happy person. Hello, welcome to April the 13th. It is a Monday. Alex is back at work. I finished a book yesterday. I read George R.R. Martin's The Ice Dragon. I did an update on my cell phone. I read it. It was really good. Boom. So now, Monstrous. I need to finish this book. My plan is to finish it Wednesday, have it done. Yeah. And then I am listening to a book as well. I'm listening to Sadie by Courtney Summers. And this book is so, like, the audio version is really cool how it's done. There's so many voice actors, and it's really cool because there's just so many characters, so many voices. It just feels like I'm watching like a documentary show. So it's interesting. I mean, the topic isn't cool. It's about two sisters. They sound like they didn't have the best life. Their mom was an addict, so they were taken care of by someone else. One of them is murdered and then went missing, then was discovered, and it was turned out she was murdered. And then the other one runs away. So what's happening in the book, you have this reporter, researcher, documentary type guy, because the police couldn't find anything, so their aunt, their caretaker person, not biological aunt, their caretaker, called him to help figure out what happened to the girls, to Sadie. And then you also get Sadie's point of view. So far we haven't gotten much from her, but we do know she bought a car. So it's very, I'm interested to see what happens. The audiobook though is just really well done so far. It's very, like, it's very good audiobook. If you're looking for an audiobook to get started, this one definitely has a lot of work that went into it. So different than other audiobooks I've listened to, and I really like that about it. Nate's hanging out beside me. Oh, so is Nora. So it is, I don't know, Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. Excuse you. It's Tuesday at 1:40 p.m. And I am listening to Sadie, and I'm 50%. 50%. And this book, let me tell you, it is not what I thought it was going to be at all. Honestly, I didn't really know much about it. Just a lot of people were raving about it, and I've seen it everywhere. And and my friend read it, so I was like, well, I'm gonna read it because it was on Libby. And it is an amazing audiobook. It's so well done audiobook. It's a fantastic audiobook. But the story itself is heartbreaking and stressful, and just there's so many awful people in it. It makes you kind of sad, because then you're like, well, this is a book, but then you're like, no, there's actually people like that out there, and it's just sad. A little messed up. Actually, a lot messed up. Anyways, this book I'm only halfway through, but there's like terrible things in it. I don't want to offend anyone when I say this, but there's like parents that are drug abusers, abuse their kids, physically, emotionally, sexually, I'm pretty sure. It's just like, it doesn't go into detail on that. It just like, you know it happens, and it's really sad. And then there's also the murder of her younger sister, and she's trying to figure out who did it and get revenge, and it's so stressful. And now she's missing because she just went off to get revenge, but now she's missing. So then it follows a podcast, a guy trying to find her. And let me tell you, I need to finish this book tonight because I am so stressed out for this character, and it is an emotional ride, and makes me very thankful for my parents. Yeah. Anyways, that book is emotional. And then also, oh my god, I have this much left, this little chunk left of Monstrous. I was reading it last night, and I wanted to finish it last night, but then I got distracted by van life YouTubers, and then Nate woke up. Hi. Then Nate woke up. So then I had to nurse him and put him back to bed. Yes, I did. And then Alex woke him up by being too loud right after I got you back to bed. Isn't that right? Daddy woke you up, and you were mad. You were so mad. So mad about that. Yes, you were. Hello and welcome to the last check-in on this reading vlog. So I finished Sadie last night. I listened to it as an audiobook, and definitely if you have the opportunity to listen to that one, I would highly recommend listening to it. It was very interesting and it added a whole other layer because in the book it's written from the perspective of a podcast, a guy trying to figure out what happened to Maddie and what happened to Sadie and try and find her because she's missing. And there's interviews and it's just really interesting and it just feels like you're watching a show. It's very cool.